Hello everyone, Lisa Wednesday. I'm so happy to be back this week with you. I apologize for having to cancel last week, but sometimes things just happen and we can't help it. But I am so happy to be back here this week, and we're going to jump into our drawing. From 2 weeks ago, I made these adorable Yankee Candle car freshener holders. And, I believe this one was my sample, and then I did the strawberry slush one live, just because I felt that this pink sands car freshener kind of looked orangey when you put it with the orange paper, and it looked pink with the pink paper. So I made two different ones using the new jar punch. Super cute, super fun. So let's get ready for our drawing. I have my tickets here from my comments. And I have to say, seemed everybody liked my air freshener. Give it a good shake here. And of course, a little quick mix up again. Mix those tickets up good. And let me grab one. And let's see who I have here. I have Lonnie. Oh my goodness, 2 weeks in a row. Well, congratulations, Lonnie. Okay, everyone, tonight I have another quick and easy project. This one is no stamping, and it is a because did you know that Halloween is 100 days from today? That's right, it will be here before you know it. And Halloween is my favorite time for crafting. Those of you who know me, I think you know that already. So, any guesses on what we're making tonight? I have this cute little pouch here, decorated for Halloween. Turn it over. It's a slider pouch. I'm not really sure if that's what it's called, but that's what we're going to call it tonight. So, are you ready to see what's inside it? Any last second guesses? All right, let me reveal what is in here. The way this works is on the ribbon, and it pulls out what is. I made another air freshener, this one in a slider pouch, and since it is the black one, we went with the Halloween theme. And then you just push it back in. You've probably seen this type of packaging before with a chocolate inside. I've made those myself before, but I thought, why not with the air freshener? So let's get started. Let me tell you what we are using. I have the new online exclusive Spooky Sweet DSP. This comes as a suite. The stamp set and dies also come as a bundle. And of course, you can purchase everything individually. And we are using the Fright Night dies. And I'll just pull these out and show you. I have already pre-die cut everything to make it quicker for our live. But this is the dies. You do get 3 of the web dies, a spider, beak. Is for tags or treat holders, so you can put a little hole in the top for ribbon, and a banner die, and then 2 fancy shaped dies. And these here, online exclusive, comes individually, and it also comes as a bundle with a stamp set. Okay, so let's get started. I have some ribbon here, and we'll also be using linen thread. And the ribbon is where is the name of it? Iridescent. I think this is called Iridescent Stripe. Okay, so let me get my die cuts over here. This is a 6x6 piece of DSP, and we are going to make 2 scores on it. We will score at 2 3/4. And then we're just going to double that. So we will score again at 5.5. And then that leaves a nice little tab on the end for adhesive. We're going to fold on our scores here. And just a sec, I'll grab my foam folder so we give them nice good creases. Oh, and by the way, that's the flip side of the DSP that I'm using tonight. Okay, so first we're going to put a little adhesive on the bottom here. You can use Tombow. I'm using tear and tape. Or you could also use the Stamp and Seal. It's just going to go right along the bottom. And then while we're at it, I'll just get the adhesive over here as well. Just going to run it along the edge of this tab. Probably could have cut the paper down to 5 3/4, but it's just an extra step because you do have a little extra little room there on the tab. So we're first taking the bottom piece off, and we will fold this over. And then we're going to take this piece off the side. So that created the bottom of our pouch. The top will remain open. And then we just flip this over to seal it. How easy is that? And now let's put our slit in the top for the ribbon. And when you do it, make sure you punch at the right end. And this punch, it's a part of a 3-pack. The name escapes me at the moment. But I think it comes individually. I think it may come as a bundle with a stamp set also. I'm just not certain at the moment. So this is if you want to push all the way in, but we're just going to go about halfway. So I'll go to about here and just punch that. And now we can start to decorate. Now with these die cuts, you could cut them on the adhesive sheets, but I just opted to cut them out, and just to show you how easy it is to glue them. You just want to have a light hand with your glue. And by the way, all of these pieces that I cut out, these were just cut from scraps, so it's always good to keep your scraps. You never know when you can use them and what you can use them for. So why waste a whole, cutting into a whole sheet of your nice paper when you have these nice scraps hanging around all the time? All right, so we're going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. So I'm just going to line it up with the edge there. And get a little adhesive on this one here. So again, if you didn't want to mess with the liquid glue, you could use an adhesive sheet. I usually use the adhesive sheets for my classes to make it easier for everyone, but when I'm just crafting myself, I typically just glue. And we're going to line it up down at this end to the corner and along the edge. Okay, and then I'm just going to place the spider first, see where I want to put him, and then we can add the eek. And just a little glue again. Put it about there. And now I'm going to use a dimensional on the spider. And of course, I'm using one of the black dimensionals. Love these for Halloween crafting. And inside, it does come as a multi-pack. So you get 2 sheets of the regular size dimensionals and 2 sheets of the minis. Just grab one of these here. Make sure I have my spider the right way. Yes, that's the back of him. And then we're just going to face him down. He's coming from his web. Here's my backing. Okay. And what I did do with this, I just put a little glue dot behind it just to hold that down. So let's get my glue dots out. Has anyone started Halloween crafting yet? Is there anyone watching that does Halloween crafting? I certainly hope it's everyone watching. Okay, so that just makes it a short little package for putting in here. Now, I really am not sure how much ribbon I had cut for this. Because actually, to start with, I didn't even cut it. I just had unrolled it. So let's try it that way and see how it goes. I'm really not sure how much I used. That looks about good. So you just put the ribbon around like this, and then you would slide whatever it is, you know, chocolate bar, the air freshener, whatever else you might think of that you would want to make a pouch for. And then we'll just cut this now. And then you want to run the ribbon through these slits here that you made. So bring that one up in the front. And then we're going to bring this one in the back. And if you had cut the ribbon longer, you could have made a bow. I just thought it was fun to tie the linen thread around it. Actually, my first thought, I had wanted to try tie the black baker's twine around it, but I didn't have enough left. I had very little black left. And there's, you know, a few different ways you could do this. You could just tie it in a knot there. What I did was probably the awkward way, but I just went around this way and brought these through and then pulled it down and made my knot that way, and that leaves a little bit of room there so you can tie the linen thread underneath it. And I'm not sure how much linen thread I used either, so let's just cut a nice amount and see how we do with it. Because I know when I had cut for my sample, it was a little short. It was a little harder to make my bow. So this here piece looks a lot longer than what I used. So I just put it behind here, underneath where the knot is. And just make it about even. And of course, this is not necessary. I just thought it was a little extra touch. And now we're just going to tie a bow. So let me just cut this open there. Okay, let's hope I get it on the first try. Almost there. Nope. All right, let's get it on the second try. There, got it. Yeah, this bow looks better than the first one. I have a little extra here. So I'm just going to trim it a wee bit. And then I'm just going to also cut the tops of the ribbon here. Just give it a little angle. And a little angle. And that, my crafty friends, I think is it. So, what do you think about tonight's project? And I'll just show you compared to last week's air fresheners. 2 weeks ago, I guess I should say. So this one here, you actually get to peek what is in the package. And then this one here is a surprise when you pull it up out of the pouch. So how is that for a cute little Halloween gift? You know, believe it or not, I know it is shocking, but not everybody eats chocolate. Or sometimes people are just, you know, watching their weight or whatever. So it's nice to have alternate ideas as little gifts to give, because I love to do little Halloween gifts. And especially, I think this is a super gift, super masculine gift, a car freshener. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about tonight's project. And let me know what you think about comparison, this week's air freshener versus the previous one I did. By the way, I did have a comment. Patty asked where I had gotten the air fresheners. I did answer in the comments, but just in case anyone else was interested, I ordered them directly from Yankee Candle, and there are a variety of scents to order from. Not all of them come in 3-packs, though. These two that I ordered came in 3-packs, but there is a big variety as single ones, and there are some additional 3-packs. So I think this is a super cute gift idea. Love it with the black air freshener made for Halloween. And of course, I just love Halloween. And remember, 100 days left. So if you have not started your Halloween crafting, I think you better get busy. It comes fast. Okay, everyone, just want to mention Stampin' Up! Has free shipping right now, today through Friday, 3 days only. Free shipping on a minimum purchase of $75, so don't miss out on that nice savings. There are new items in the online exclusives. There are 2 new kits available. Of course, we have our annual catalog. It's a great time to stock up on your, essentials, your consumables, your cardstock, ribbon, adhesive, black dimensionals. So don't miss out. Remember, 3 days only, ends on Friday. Okay, everyone, I thank you again for tuning in with me today. I so look forward to seeing what your comments are on tonight's project. And I will be back next Wednesday, 7 p.m. So looking forward to crafting with you again next week. Okay, everyone, thanks. Have a wonderful, crafty week. Bye.